rift.
Alright, here I'm playing Kindred, who's a ranged jungler. I was going to use Nidalee because I know her better, but Nidalee is both ranged and melee if she's in Cougar form or if she's in her human form. So we're just going to make this easier and just play with Kindred. Much more simple.
Tell me again,
Alright,
little lad,
so
which things are mine
as
to
I
take?
said, kiting is especially important on ranged champions. Let's see, if I just kind of stand here autoing. Here, like, I'm level 3 in this scenario, and I'm actually losing. So that's like the worst possible scenario is that I just die to a jungle camp. Well, actually, worst possible scenario is that I get invaded and killed. But it is a bad scenario. So, if I'm kiting instead, can I hit it and walk away?
Now.
See, by the time last time when I was just standing there hitting it, by the time it was at this health, I was already more than half dead. So here, look, I finished the camp and I'm full health. It hit me maybe, what, 3 times? Here, let's go. Show you on blue buff. So blue buff is, red buff is really simple. You just kind of walk back and forth between here, hitting it. Blue buff is a little bit harder. You kind of have to go up and then around the corner here. But you have to be careful not to go too far, because when you're kiting, there's always the chance that it resets. I will show you where the resetting is, in case you don't already know, after I finish blue buff here. Actually, you know what? You get the gist of kiting, so I'll just show you. So see, I'm just walking a little bit, auto attack. So do you see the yellow line there? Right now, that means it's half reset. So if it goes farther, see that it's counting down. When it gets down, it instantly starts regenerating its health and walking back over. So that's what we don't want to happen. And even when it's in the middle of resetting, if we hit it, we don't regain aggro on it until it gets all the way back there. So we have to restart all over again. So it is very not helpful if that happens. So that's something we want to avoid. So just remember, if you're playing a ranged jungler, which are a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. They're very good junglers. There's some that are really good and a lot of fun. I personally love to play Tristana. But you need to remember to kite, otherwise your clear is going to be really unhealthy and you're going to die a lot. So, if you're invading, this is another important thing to remember. If you're invading, say I'm here, I go around this corner, first pathing wise. You don't want to just walk up here, because like if they're doing red buff, they'll see you come in. If they're doing raptors, they'll also see you. So you don't want to go this way. You want to make sure you come up here and around. Because see, if they're doing Krugs here, they won't notice you because obviously there's a wall in the way. So as soon as you come around this corner here, you'll see if red buff is here or not. So when you're stealing a buff, you want to make sure you bring it into this bush here. And then you kind of have to stand there and kind of tank it. So ranged junglers have a lot of trouble stealing buffs just because of that reason. Because they can't really kite it very well. Because like if I bring it much further out, see it's starting to reset. But so the reasoning for this is, if they say they were doing these, or they're coming from their bot side and they're coming up. If they come up here and they walk around here and they see you fighting it right here, that is an easy kill. That's a very easy kill. They'll see there, they're just like, oh, okay, I killed them, and then I take the buff. If you're hiding in the bush with it, if the buff is in the bush with you, they can't see it, they can't see you. So half the time, more than half the time generally, they'll assume that the buff is already gone, they've already taken it. once you get to higher levels, they'll start checking the bush and stuff, but generally you won't have to worry about that sort of thing. Most of the time, when you're invading, you'll only want to steal the main buff. Otherwise, like, other than that, it's not really worth it. Sometimes, oh my goodness, I just got minion blocked. Sometimes you'll steal the small Krug. If you're taking chickens, there is a specific thing that's good to do here. I'll show you once. Teleport. Alright, so I'm taking their chickens.
This one is yours.
So you want to kill the big one, because the big one gives the most XP.
Now.
Yada yada. So you kill most of the small ones, but you need to make sure you leave one small one alive, and I will explain why.
Embracing life means accepting death.
So you just walk away and you let it reset. So let's fast forward like 3 minutes, let's say. 30 seconds. 1 minute. 2 minutes. 3 minutes. So by this point, yeah, it should reset. The camp should be back. But you come around, there's still only one chicken here. That's because as long as you leave at least one part of the camp still up, it won't reset. Now the difference with Krugs is
your team has destroyed a turret.
okay, I have to kill most of this really quickly.
My turn.
Chase to your heart's content.
I'm really bad with this champion, that's fine. So if I walk away now, see the little ones? They're just gonna die. They're just gonna kind of keel over and die. And so you can't just leave them there. Any second now. Here, let's just fast forward. Oh yeah, there they go. They just disappear and die. So the XP that you would get from that is lost. So if you're going to leave one of the Krugs, you just leave one of the small ones like this, not one of the tiny ones. And that is pretty much all I can show you with Kindred.